right, welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Mashing. What up? I am Frankie. To my left, as always,
Zach, and to my left, as always, is
Patrick.
Hell yeah!
What up, everybody? We're gonna do it. This is the one.
It's good to be back.
This is the one, man. This is the one. We've been off for like
a while.
No, it's only actually been a week.
Yeah. It's fine. We don't have to necessarily do another episode. I really just wanted to come over to give a celebratory toast.
I was gonna bring cigars, but I forgot.
Yo, we can't do this, dude. We already,
Shit, yeah!
You guys dare to try this with me?
Hell
'Cause-
yeah!
we did a fucking 40-minute
this.
episode.
Fucking at
last
Nick's,
week.
it's on sale.
Yeah, so I bought this today, and I didn't realize till after I bought it. It's 104 proof.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, brother. Fucking, we did it.
figured-
We did an hour-long episode last week of this.
That's fine.
Have you
We
had this
can't do
yet?
it again.
No, because I think I can edit it down to like 30 minutes.
We can't do it again.
Have you had?
We can do it
I
again.
don't want to do it again.
Let's just do it again.
We can't do it again.
No,
What do you
don't-
wanna
don't have
do?
to it. You can just chill. And
Last week's episode was good though.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
was
Well,
good.
nah, there was a lot of bad.
We can't-
There was
we
a lot of
can't
that. You could add
lose-
some of that
but we
to
can't
it.
lose that stuff.
Okay, what if, hear me out.
I'm gonna open this regardless.
What if we just played the cutscenes and talked over it?
or even like the first half of the movie?
And you just
Hey,
just
you
keep
want to start on the next game?
right now. I don't know what the next game is, and it's going to take you hours to figure out what
Fast
it
and
is
Furious.
So
and how to play it and all that
do
shit.
you know how? Have you?
We don't need to figure out how to play it. That's part of the fun.
Have either of you had this yet?
I have not had Whistle.
I've had Whistle Pig 10 all the way up to 15.
Okay. Is it any good?
It's fucking. It's you
a
are
classic.
not going to be upset about spending $100.
Okay.
That is a classic.
Yeah.
It's a true blue.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a true blue classic.
Even
Everyone
though
loves
a
Whistle
classic,
Pig.
even though it's
Because-
only been out for like 3 years.
Right. Because like
No, it's fuck.
my father-in-law
Is
was
it only
like,
been
I don't
out
want to
for
be
3 years?
disappointed.
Yeah, it's like
It's
a 5
all-
year. It's a relatively new whiskey.
Okay, well, everybody fucking loves
Alright.
it.
Yeah, they came out of the gate. No, it's one of the best whiskeys that
Alright.
you'll have. Like
You
period, you
want
would
to tell
not
me
be
how
upset.
much? What line? The second line good?
You can go to any of them, man.
Any of them?
I'm gonna sip it.
The
I
very
know,
fucking
it's just-
top.
I mean, I don't want to get that toasty before I drive home. I've already had like 3 of these surges. If we like it still, and we're around, and I'm still sober enough, I'll
Hell
add
yeah.
one more. But half shots.
All
or
right,
just
so
one
what we
shots.
have in front of us is the legendary Whistle Pig.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm still recording.
God.
Whether we play or not, I'm recording.
Right, right. That's the point of
And
this.
fucking,
right?
you know, like maybe I'll just
Boys?
take B-roll from
Yeah.
last week's episode and then just fucking roll the video on top of it. Who
So-
gives a shit?
All right,
Oh,
yeah.
man. That's
Fucking-
really good.
This is all right. So we're about
104 proof.
So we're about
This'll
to
kill the germs
experience
in your body.
fucking Whistle Pig 10 year. It's ridiculously smooth, ridiculously burny, all at the same time. It smells like fucking whiskey, but like the perfect amount of barrel.
It's like the right amount of sugar.
This is a rye, correct?
It's a rye.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
They're all
It's a
rye.
single barrel rye.
All right.
I've never had Whistle Pig. I'm stoked for it.
Oh,
Yeah, me
it's
too.
so
I'm
good.
right there with you. All right, boys.
Here we
Cheers.
go.
It's actually
Sorority.
Cheers to my boys.
It's
Thank
a
you.
good sign. That doesn't usually happen like that. Oh,
God damn. It's like no complaints.
Wow.
It tastes
Well,
like what you want all whiskeys to taste
I've
like.
never
Jesus.
tasted anything quite like that. It's almost
That's damn good.
oh, it's got like this.
It's like almost cinnamony, but it's not like an
Yeah, it's got like-
overpowering.
Take
It
like
tastes like fruit, not like a specific kind of fruit necessarily.
take all the best parts of a
A little
pickle.
sweet.
Yeah.
And I don't like pickles, but like man, it's
Wow. That's real good.
yeah, I go to this place in Ocean City, right? And they do 10-year Whistle Pig fucking $20 for 2 cocktails, and I just hold all the shit. I just want 2 shots of Whistle Pig. And it's $20 for 2 of them, and they give you 2 at one time. And they'll fucking put a little cherry and a little bit of ice in it, and that's like what I drink.
Right. That's probably perfect.
Yep.
It just coats your whole mouth.
Yeah, man.
Like it's not. It's like buttery, but not greasy.
Yeah, the slow burn that comes up
Yeah.
afterwards, so it's like it's in your stomach, and then like fucking it comes back up to remind you almost like a burp, but in a good way.
It's got like a. It almost tastes like candy.
Yeah, man. Oh, fucking the 15-year. I will honestly say, is slightly more disappointing for a $300 bottle. Because like it's hard to extract anymore. And like if you get the 6-year is only $65. And fucking like, you know, it's good.
I
And
could see me buying that every now and
the
then.
6-year also fucking cocktails like a son of a bitch.
Does it?
Yeah, like a
yeah,
fucking a dark Manhattan or some shit. Oh,
like-
dude. And the 6-year is the same thing, but with less proof, so just less burn.
This
You
is
guys-
delicious by itself, but it's one of those.
No, go ahead.
It's
go
one of
ahead.
those whiskeys I wouldn't feel bad about making an old fashioned with it.
No,
Probably one
it's-
of the best old fashions I've ever had.
Fucking, I'm telling you, I've spent the $30 at like
It does
classy
taste like
barbecue
Coast Guard
joint.
really well,
yeah. Like it's almost old fashioned by itself.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, you're right. It's got that maraschino cherry flavor at the
Yeah, it
end.
It does,
Yeah.
for sure. That is good.
So anyway,
This is all I've been doing since my kid was born.
hell yeah.
Is drinking different types of whiskey.
Oh yeah. By the way, Zach has a new child.
He does. I just fucking took a darling.
He's a new daddy.
Giant child again, yeah.
Fucking giant ass child. Literally,
13 pounds. How many ounces?
They call it. They're saying 5 because they're rounding up from
They're calling
4.8.
it the 9/11 of my wife's vagina.
Fucking bowling ball wrecked that shit, dude.
sorry, that's my kind of comedy, man. They're calling fucking home birth.
Home birth.
I've been, dude. Okay, like when I found this out, all I wanted to ask, and it's not what you think it is. It's not what you think I'm gonna ask. It's not. Where'd you get the pool from? Where's the pool?
How much the pool cost?
How much
Is it
was the
still
pool?
on sale?
How'd you get it? Where was it from? Was it a Coleman hot tub? Fucking did you return it?
So here's the thing, all right?
Do you still need it? Will you sell it to Frankie?
I can't sell it because it's not mine. It's a loaner from the midwife.
Oh, so you had a doula.
So, no, there's a difference. There's a difference between midwife and doula.
Okay.
Midwives are like certified people that actually do it. Doulas just kind of like give you the rundown and work. Like they give you the pep talk and they can do all the support things, but they can't actually
Okay,
give birth to a
so-
child. There's
so
a big
they,
difference.
they did all the coursework but couldn't afford the degree.
Yeah, essentially.
So you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
I could be a doula is what I'm hearing from
Yes,
this.
yeah.
You can be anything you want, Frankie.
I'm not gonna stop
fucking look. If it came with like an asterisk in front of my name, I would 100% already
if I
be a
got to
doula.
write off a pool.
Yeah.
But I had to buy a pool liner that fit the pool.
Okay.
So
do you
in,
get to keep that?
Yeah, no, I threw it out today. It was really disgusting.
So it's like
Do you want to taste that too, Frankie? Little placenta for you.
it's like a pool center.
This is. I see him like fucking trying to save it in the backyard, like wringing it out.
It's just not coming out.
We don't need this. We could use it as like a tent liner.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna use it to catch rain.
I spent $75 on this. We use it to catch rain. I'm gonna set it up in the desert, and when dawn comes around, I'll put like a fucking little cup under it.
Iron.
Oh shit. Okay, so it was like you fucking, you know. I fucking, you know, like to me, I genuinely do. Just in case if D listens to this, and that's not true. It's not just in case you do this. I do find it like so poetic, and like this is me being serious now. This is me being serious. I find it so poetic. And like so fucking like this might be, you know, like who knows? This might be the last kid. And like what a fucking bookend. You know,
Right,
like fucking
right.
that's like a Hemingway-ass story that the
Right.
first one was done in your stepfather's house and the third one was now done in
my house.
in the house that you paid for.
And it was fucking a giant child.
Fucking it's so cool. She's so badass. We'll never be as cool as your wife.
No, she's really fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
And super strong about everything. it you know, if it wasn't set up the way it was, it just wouldn't have happened.
Sorry, I am hung up on that.
Dude, it was awesome. It's for fucking sure.
That's cool, man. The miracle of life.
I would suggest it if you have the balls to do it. Do it.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think my wife does either.
I don't know, man. It's not that hard.
We actually already had the discussion.
Yeah, I think it's.
You're forgetting that both me and Deanna are C-section babies.
So am I.
So we're like we're pretty hard up on like we want a C-section baby.
Sure, but I mean, if you can do it naturally, so I don't blame anybody for however they want to have kids. Like, I'm not going to be that guy.
Right.
But I'm always in the boat of, if you do it too often genetically, won't you make your children essentially make that jump, right? In a genetic level.
To
not be able to, you have
like
to
a
have
sterile
it.
environment, essentially. Like, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't tell Dee to do it this way. Trust
you
me,
good.
we didn't start this.
Oh, yeah,
we
I
didn't
ha-
start this journey saying, "Oh, we're gonna not do anything in a hospital. We're not gonna, we're gonna." Have
When
them all
did
at
it
home."
start? At what month?
What do you mean?
Like, at what point was... I'm sorry, we're just fucking talking over the menu. At what point was, like, at what month was Dee like, you know what? I was listening to an NPR.
So yeah, right. That's what we all expect, right?
Yeah.
Well, the fact is like Evie was still done with a midwife, but we just weren't allowed to do the pooling at home.
Okay.
So we still used a midwife for our second child, and Dee did the same thing with Evie, just in a hospital.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
what we did there was we just did it, and see, if you do it with a midwife, you get to go home guaranteed after like 12 hours or 24 hours. So you get to spend less than like a whole day at a hospital.
Okay.
And to me, so we actually did the numbers, and it's like the same fucking cost was.
All right.
Like,
well,
if you
yeah.
spend one day in a hospital and have
Same price as hiring a fucking midwife.
it is the same price as doing it at home
Got you.
in your own, and you guess where you get to go after you get done?
You get a
your
bed.
own fucking bed.
Yeah. So, like,
know,
the
so
midwife
it's
is
kinda cool.
essentially like fucking, like, she's still a doctor.
I don't think she's a doctor, but she's definitely like a certified nurse.
Okay.
Of some
I mean,
sort.
yeah,
Of some
let's be
pedigree.
honest.
Okay.
Fucking, a doctor is just there to fucking catch the thing.
Right,
You know,
right,
like, you might
right.
as well just fucking wear, like, a catcher's
And a lot of
mitt.
times they tell you when they're gonna cut the baby out.
Got you.
So
Which you still could have done. You know, like, if everything went to push comes to shove, midwife could have
dude,
been like, hey, we
it-
need fucking surgeons for this
when
shit.
you
Get in the
do
car.
this- yeah, exactly. When you do things like that, you have to have alternative plans because shit might go crazy.
Got you.
When shit goes sideways, you gotta have an idea of what you're gonna fucking do.
Got you.
And
So
yeah.
you had like a fucking, not an ambulance, but like a don't use the word meat wagon, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Fucking
You got
the
time.
Ghostbusters fucking that one.
Unlike a lot of things, whenever it comes to whenever
No, not a
it's
hearse.
a Deathmobile.
Yeah, like the Ghostbusters fucking Ecto one.
Hearse.
No, they drove
it was
a
an
fucking
ambulance.
yeah.
But it was a hearse.
No, it was an ambulance.
Ambulances used to look like hearses?
Yeah,
In the 80s.
yeah,
For real? Like that recently?
yeah.
I mean, that's 40 years ago, bro. Come on.
You know,
Oh,
it's not
shit.
like the big boxy ambulance
I
that
guess
needs
that's
to
a huge
have.
gap in my knowledge I've never even thought about.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have like fucking the outside. You know, like half of the things that ambulance carries is trauma units.
Yeah.
Fucking the other ambulance. Okay, so I was
didn't have that shit.
I was a Shriner kid, right? Like fucking for my fucked up legs in my ear. And they were like, hey, we're just gonna fucking Shriners are gonna just pay for it all, and we're gonna have a Shriner fucking come out and come get you. And they came in an Ecto 1. And then like fucking like the fucking no ghost sign and everything next to it. And I was like, hot no. I was like, what is this? Am I dying? But no, that's
Shriners
like
get up to some crazy shit. Man.
they've got like a, you know, it's a side, it's like the non-emergency ambulance essentially. Even though in this situation it would have been an emergency, it's still got lights that could be like, hey fucker, get out of my
You
way.
stand up in that motherfucker though, right?
Nah.
Like, you just kind of like
Finishing
get
Everyone
shoved-
is sitting down.
You just kind of get shoved into the hearse.
That's fantastic.
It's not a hearse.
It's the same vehicle.
Stop calling it a hearse.
Here,
It's the same
Cadillac
vehicle, they
does
just
not-
use-
Oh, if you're
they
dipping out-
also
take
used to use
it.
for life.
I'll dip out more, but
Okay.
somebody needs to hold that for me because I'll definitely. Same line.
Is it not
That
the
was-
same vehicle?
Yeah.
Same line.
No, it's not the same vehicle. Cadillac makes hearses. Fucking, they do not make ambulances.
You want some more?
Only
You
this
want some
big.
more?
They're both hearses.
Did you realize that you just quoted When you asked me if I wanted some more, did you notice that what you just quoted?
No, whatever.
You just quoted the robot from the movie The Fifth Element. You want some more?
That is some good fucking shit right there. Here
That's
you
super good. Fucking
go. Here you go, sir.
D needs to
Yeah.
have more babies if you're gonna be buying this shit and bringing it over.
The best part about how far apart they all are is that it'll just
It's
get
all
better.
fucking like 2.5 years,
No,
right?
it's like 4.
4 years. Oh, it's
like
still, it's
4.
fucking. You know, like fucking. You only have to buy one set of clothes. The boy is going to be wearing girl jeans.
Dude, that fucking good luck, dude. That boy came
Man,
out.
I would have fucking killed for that
Dude.
upbringing.
Dude, that kid, dude, I'm fucked with that kid, man. All the stuff that people bought, he's already outgrown.
Hot damn. Hot damn.
Not even fucking
He's
lying.
just
Like,
toddler
All
size.
the yeah.
dude, he's fucking. What he's wearing, what he wore to bed was a 3 to 6 month.
no. Hot damn. So
He's
like,
so fucking big.
what are you guys doing with like all the zero-sized fucking diapers
I
and
have,
shit like
I have
that?
a bag full of newborn diapers that he just will not fit. And we found out today.
He's gonna
that-
beat you up.
That yeah, right. We found out today that so one's like diaper sizes. Ones go from like it's like 8 to 14 pounds or something like that,
Right.
and twos go from 12 to 18 pounds. And so I'm like, dude, you could literally be wearing the diapers that we have absolutely the bare minimum of.
You're a big kid now.
And we have a whole bunch of other shit. So it's fucking
Fucking,
nuts, man.
I was look, man. It was pull-ups or nothing. I don't know what you want from
Dude, yeah, you'd expect him to be walking. The fucking they were joking. You're gonna have to get his license next week. I'm like, yeah, you're fucking right. I am. Goddamn. I swear to God, if I'm looking up at this kid at 18, I'm gonna be like, you fucking shit. I tell you what. God, fuck.
You were born in that living room. I can take you
I wonder
out.
where the statistics
I'll kill you
are
there
on that.
too.
On
What's that?
I wonder where the statistics are on that.
on what?
Big babies, big people.
They're out. They're. I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't know.
Like,
Well,
like
once
you'd think
again,
there'd be a correlation.
yeah,
like
but
I
there's no
said,
guarantee.
like I said earlier, if we compared penis sizes to humans the same way we compared them to animals, look, I can say if
Well,
two
see, now that's
giraffes,
related.
if two giraffes have a baby, I'm assuming that's a large giraffe. They don't have a mini giraffe, you know, like fucking. But no, that's cool. Fucking, we've all had super cool, fun, interesting weekends and shit like that, man.
Yeah, all of us.
You had pet.
I played a lot of Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost
I believe
of
that
Tsushima.
entirely.
Super excited.
You want to borrow my flute?
I would love to do that at some point.
Okay, cool. I'll bring it over next time I'm over, and I'll be like, because I stopped touching it because
Okay.
I wake up in the morning and I do bluegrass shit now. So I'll be like, here, you tell me if you can get this shit down. It's not easy.
No, I remember trying.
Yeah, fucking. After Ghost of Tsushima, I love the game so much I bought a flute that he plays in Ghost of Tsushima.
And then you pause. And you put it down.
Yeah, I mean, I was waking up every morning. My rule was 15 minutes every morning.
Sure.
So like Deanna would wake up to the, but that was all I ever got out. Like it never got more than just, and occasionally
most
like
popular sound you heard, too.
like a, and that was it. Fucking, but getting noise out of it is hard enough as it is.
I couldn't get. I got it for like half a second, and I wasn't even trying. Like I wasn't even doing the thing that I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lost it after that. But yeah, I
Fucking-
would love to try that again.
All right, I'll bring it over and fucking leave it here for a week. See if we get any good at it.
Sick.
That's incredible how good it is at that proof.
Oh, he's fucking. It's
goodness.
nuts, man.
Yeah.
I saw the $100 and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna buy that. But then I was also like, my wife just lost her job.
Right. I shouldn't buy that.
Yeah. I'm curious of the other one, the Nyx brand fucking thing they have there for $50.
This is what I bought. Oh wait, no. There's a Nyx one for 50.
Yeah, with a horse on it. It's right under
Interesting.
those.
A
Interesting.
Nyx brand?
A Nyx brand whiskey. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
On their advertisement, they also had this as Nyx, but I don't know if.
Well, because I
Big
think it's
time
it's
for Nyx.
it's Nyx special like fucking price is their bid.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
They have,
like
a
if you go
contract
anywhere
with
else,
them?
that's $150 easy.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh, sick.
yeah.
I mean,
That's why there's a reason why I was like, oh, I should buy that because like fucking that's a really good price.
my father-in-law was like, I'm not gonna buy it, and he was like, I just don't want it to be bad.
It's
'Cause
not-
He's scared. He was
Oh.
scared of buying it. He bought the what was it? It's not. Is it Barrel? seagrass rye.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the green label on the
Right.
case. He bought that, and that's like a $60 or $70 bottle.
Yeah. Well, so
And I was like, this is way better.
yeah, I got sick of people talking about it. So I went to a whiskey bar and I was like, yo, could I get some Whistle Pig? So there's 4 different kinds. There's Piggyback,
Okay.
which is a $4 bottle. And there's 6-year, which is like 50, 60. 10-year, which is like $1.50. And then 15-year, which is fucking 300.
Yeah, okay.
So
It's not a subtle whiskey.
no, not at all.
At
But
10
like,
years,
yeah,
I would.
it ain't
6
fucking
year-
around.
I'd be worried about anything younger than 6 years just being a huge clash.
The year
Punches
that
you in the face.
the year that Old Granddad came out, 10-year was number 2. When Old Granddad, when everybody was like, Old Granddad is the best fucking whiskey you can get. Fucking, you know what I'm talking about? Not Old Granddad, fucking
Pat Van Winkle.
Pat Van Winkle. Thank
Yeah, I
you,
was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
Old Granddad is way different.
Yeah, that's a little
Like,
bit
people
lower.
were saying that.
The bottles look very similar.
They're saying it.
I mean, I don't mind it.
Yeah,
but-
Pat Van Winkle, fucking the Whistle Pig
They saying it in
10-year.
Alabama.
that's what I was hoping for. Come on, one
Anyway.
of you were gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I've had Pappy Van Winkle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I spent $40 on one shot. And the
I would do that.
yeah, that's the so I was talking I was fucking I went in there and I started talking shop. I did my whole spiel about the fucking Heaven's Door thing, and the bartender went from like, he's an asshole that thinks he knows about whiskey to, oh, this guy knows about whiskey. And like fucking I was like, the Pat Van Winkle, I know, like I've never had it, but I know it's like fucking overshot and everything. And he was like, I'll give you a shot for $40. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, am I going to be disappointed? And he's like, you won't be disappointed, but you will be disappointed. He's like, fucking the hype. I know in your brain, because he was like, I was you once. And I was like, I know in your brain you're expecting gold liquid. It's just good whiskey. Like,
Right.
fucking, you just, it's not so much that it's a great whiskey as much as it is you can't,
much of it.
that, and you can't find anything to complain about.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like this one, I could even go as far. There's a bit too much cinnamon on front. You know, like fucking. Don't get me wrong. I like it.
is good.
In fact, I liked this more than the other one because the other one was just like, in a world of taste palettes, it was a circle.
Right.
Where like everyone will like this.
Right.
Fucking, and that's hard to do. That's how I feel about the
Which
Nobushi.
one
That's
are you
why I
talking
like
about?
it. The Pappy Van Winkle.
Oh, okay.
Fucking when this one has got something to say, but it was number 2. It was number 2 the year that fucking Pappy became number 1.
Wow.
So, and it was the 10-year, not the 15-year, the 10-year.
That's
Wow.
nice.
Yeah. Fucking yeah.
I also bought. So this is the one I bought for obviously having a kid, but
Man, we were supposed to have cigars too.
for my
Yeah.
birthday, I bought a Scotch,
Fucking
which I don't normally go for.
Right.
Right. And I bought a Talisker. I think it was the Talisker 10-year,
oh yeah.
and that was a very beefy liquor.
It is
It is-
scotchy.
Yeah, it is scotchy.
Scotchy like you fucking read about. When I drank that, I genuinely, like, in my brain, I thought of Ron Jeremy.
Right.
When you were like, fucking, this is nearly like caramel in a bad way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was a lot. There was a lot going on with that.
You still got any of that?
Oh, I got a whole bottle.
Yeah, it's
I'm
that's
not-
hard to
Sweet.
fucking. You
Yeah.
ever drink a
I'll bring
whiskey
it over,
and
and we
it
can
feels
try
like you
some.
like
Hell
ate
yeah.
a whole meal
Yeah,
afterwards?
I was describing that to my to my father-in-law. Like, dude, the next day I was so full of that liquor, I didn't want to drink.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I don't need any more of that.
There's
I am good.
There's a $40 like craft scotch called Cripple Creek that tastes very similar to that. In fact, do you remember
Believe it.
the time that during the hurricane we went to Christians and I started crying because I just got broken up with
Yeah.
and like started throwing up in the bathroom? That's what I was drinking.
That makes sense.
I was doing the she left me, she didn't love me. And you know what though, like as much as like a big as a dick as I probably was because I threw up in their bathroom and shit like that, the next day all the heartbreak was gone. I felt none of it. I was like, oh cool, I'm single
Hold on,
again.
at Christian's old house?
Yeah,
Nah,
no, at the
that wasn't
apartment. Remember that?
bad. Dude, that was fine. Trust me.
Was it?
If Christian lived there, it was fine.
Okay. It was played off like I was fucking like you went ape shit. It was the drunkest I've ever seen you.
No.
That
And-
can also be true.
True. Well, I was fucking drunk. We lived in this fucking. We didn't have power for 9 days.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
Christian was
yeah.
like, "Hey, why don't you come up to like air conditioning?"
Yeah.
And like I was like, "Oh my god, life!" And I was so excited. I just kept drinking, and fucking straight, mind you, just fucking and I didn't know he was as bad off as he was alcohol wise, so I was certain I could keep up with him. Like fucking, I was wrong. Turns out, fucking, he's drinking Old Velvet. I'm drinking this $40 Cripple Creek Scotch and just fucking wrecking myself. But yeah,
He has tempered his body to the ways.
fucking, I went on an adventure. It is nowhere as cool or as life changing as yours, obviously.
It's not a competition.
But I went
mean-
to I went to go see what might potentially be the last Dead and Company show ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
fuck
John
it.
Mayer.
I heard
With
he
John
was
Mayer.
leaving.
With
I
John
heard
Mayer.
he was potentially leaving.
So they announced, fucking what was it? I think it was March that like, hey, this will be the last Dead and Company show, and everyone except for John posted on Twitter that they were like, this is news to me. So, and to be completely honest, John has been playing as if he's very bored. Like, he's like, all right, I've done it. And, like, if you're John Mayer, I 100% understand that. Like, those songs are hard to play, and they're still fun, but, like, after a certain minute, you're like, it's been 7 years. He's been in that
Right,
band for
right.
7 years. It's a long time for any...
Damn, 7 years.
Exactly. Like,
I
and
could've
still
sworn that was
people...
only going on for 2 or 3.
Still people don't know. Like, when you
Yeah.
say John Mayer, the Grateful Dead is still not connected in their brain. Like, fucking... Either
It's
way,
crazy. It's crazy.
went to City Field.
It's
Cool being a Met Stadium.
I hate to say it because I feel like I should have at least seen one show with him.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen a single show with him.
You don't. You fucking you.
Yeah,
you.
right.
It would be annoying.
No,
It would be annoying. I fucking.
I would be annoyed. I'd
yeah.
be like,
I
I'd
would-
be fucking pissed.
I would fucking like genuinely your whole life. Every time you've seen them before this,
Right. It
they've
doesn't
been
matter.
better.
I've already heard it.
The only time you're happy is when John's soloing. Beyond that, Bobby's just fucking.
Yeah, right.
Brr, brr, brr.
Because that's all I fucking want. That's really why I'd go. Is really just to see John Mayer play.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
I
it
haven't
is.
seen him in concert.
Well, his concerts are way better than a fucking Dead and Company concert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet.
Fucking.
Because he does all the other ones, all the good ones that he has.
Yeah.
all of his singles.
So we're up,
You know.
like the third story once again. It's cool being in Met Stadium because you've seen it, like a bunch of times now. You're like in it, but so like when you go see Fish live, if they're playing a stadium, they're like, "Yo, we need speakers over there. We need speakers over there. We need speakers over there." Dead and Company is like, you're gonna get the ones that are in the front of the stage, and that is it. So like fucking, you can hear the vocals bounce off the back of the stadium and come back and hit you in the fucking ear. So it's like fucking, like it hurts my eyes to listen, Shannon. Like everything has got like a fucking weird ass delay on it.
That sucks.
But Dad really wanted to go. He was worried, fucking. So we
Was
went.
he worried about?
He was worried that he likes Dead and Company. So like Dad has gone through a Dead renaissance in the past year, which is funny because I was like, you saw Dead and Company 3 years ago, and you were like, they're okay, and now he's like, no, they're amazing. I never said that. I'm like, you did, but it's whatever. He's doing the same thing with Fish. He was like, I saw Fish with you, and I was like, And I'm like, now he's listening to him. He's like, I see what you're talking about. It just, I'm like,
Good work.
yeah,
That's
fucking-
that's your job as a son, right?
exactly. Like I'm not gonna tell him like, no, you're wrong, fucking, because anytime like, I can't express to you, and I say it every chance I get, what a blessing it is that my dad is now into the Grateful Dead, because like it's every time I hop in the car, it's like good music is playing.
Right,
Like
you don't
that
get
being said, I'll look at him and I'll be like, this is the 4th time we heard Women Are Smarter today. I need you to change the channel. I can't. and he'll do like, yeah, but they've all been different. Oh, I know. The issue is I've done this already. I've been there, done that, and now you're catching up. Either way, fucking went to City Field. We brought Linda though,
Right.
which was like the real experience. Was watching somebody just bug-eyed about the whole time. When we left, she was like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why are we the only one that doesn't have a balloon in their mouth? She's like, it's just us. Everyone has got balloons or is sucking on balloons. What is in the helium that people like? And I'm like, Linda, no, it's nitrous. You know, like if you go to the fucking
Nitrous oxide.
yeah. And I was like, you want
fuck your
some?
shit
And she's
up.
like, no. Is it a drug? I'm like, I mean, the same as if you went to the dentist, I guess.
Yeah,
You know, like
it really is. Except it's self-medicated.
Yeah,
so it's
fucking-
much more dangerous. It's wildly more dangerous.
they say the Mexican nitrous is fucking like 50% like propane.
God damn.
Fucking yeah, no, it was it was fun. Fucking
It's dangerous, but it's fun.
we got stuck in mad traffic on the way there. What was supposed to be a 20-minute fucking car ride from Jersey City to fucking City Field ended up being like 90 minutes. And on the way there, right, I'm watching the map. All right, and I'm like, okay, I'm about, because when we get there, I don't get to hang out on lot. For starters, Shakedown got flooded. Shakedown was under 3 feet of water. Where they put Shakedown, it is like the part of City Field where all the drainage goes, and they're like, this is the perfect spot. No one's here. Fucking y'all can like set up your camps and everything and fucking party here. So when it rained, fucking it got bad, like knee deep, dude.
That's bad.
Fucking, so we didn't go to Experience Shakedown, which was the really, honest to God, the most number one reason I was going. I wanted Linda to see Shakedown, and I was hoping that I would find a beer vendor that knew a thing or two, and I'd be able to find, like, I didn't care if I had to pay $20 a can for, like, some Treehouse fucking Vermont beer. I
Right.
would have done it so I could be like, Dad, you have to fucking drink this. Anyway, that didn't happen. Right? What ended up happening is it took us 90 minutes to get there from fucking Jersey City. So on the route, right, I find this liquor store that we have to pass on the route, and I call them up and I'm like, this is what I need. I need a wine opener. I need paper cups. I need 4 of your best craft brews you have in there. And he was like, okay. I was like, if you do this, I will tip you $10. But I'm stuck in traffic. I have no time to waste. I have to be able to get into the liquor store and out of the liquor store within the same 2 minutes. And he was like, I got you, cuz. And I'm like, all right, cool. What's your name? And he was like, Some Soon. And I'm like, thank you, Dennis. And then I walk in there and I'm like, hey, is one of you Dennis? And they're all very Asian. And I'm like, I doubt it's Dennis. And this dude, in the most New York accent as Asians could be, goes, I ain't fucking Dennis, but I am Sony, and I think I talked to you on the phone. And fucking, so Sony hooked me up, fucking, and I was like, we're stuck in traffic. Fucking, I got out at the start of the block, walked down to the liquor store, got my shit. By the time I was out of the liquor store, they were at the end of the block. Hopped back in the car as if fucking nothing happened. It was awesome.
Nice.
So we got drunk on the car ride there. Fucking went to go see the show. Good time. On the way home, right? Fucking, I listened to this podcast called Tell 'em Steve Dave. All right. What put them on the map is they did this podcast at this place called the Collingwoods Auction House. And me and Deanna like to stop at flea markets. And I'm like, let's go to the most famous fucking one that I know about. And we went to the legendary Collingwoods Auction House. If you're a Tell 'em Steve Dave fan, this is huge. I will skip it here if you want. But it was fucking, it's like, I can't think of a more American place. It is America. It's America in fucking like 200 yards of cubicles selling bullshit.
No, that sounds exactly right.
Dude, I can't.
It's a swap meet.
It was okay. So there's an inside and an outside. All right, the inside is like the hallways from shop to shop, which are just put up by cubicle walls, mind you, are so tight that if someone needs to walk through them, you have to go into a store, right? And then you get hounded by the buy my sense or the like, ooh, you want a facial? And you're like the facial joint in there is like, it looks like a spa. But you know that it's held up by cubicle walls and shit. Like there's tile on the floor. I don't know why, because the rest of the floor is concrete. But this place has got travertine tiles on the floor. I am assuming put together by Legos. Fucking this place was magical. I don't know. The fucking you got lost and you end up not at the entrance, in the back of a black barber shop. To which they go, "Why are you back here?" And you're like, "I don't know."
Where is this place?
It's in New Jersey. It's in fucking Monmouth County.
Shit.
And like the inside, like
We
you
fucked
fucking.
ourselves up there. We gotta go.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's everyone in there is not 100% sure why they're there. They just know that they are. And when you go outside, it gets worse. It's when you go outside, the chaos fucking starts. And like you watch, the longer you walk down these aisles of tables outside in the 95-degree heat, the more you realize that some parts of this country are a different country. And then this place is like the hope. The hope just goes. Like it starts out with your typical like fucking produce stand. And then like fucking there's a bunch of mannequins, Mexican mannequins with huge butts and with the fucking, you know, elastic jeans on them. And the off-brand toys, but the more you go, people are just selling like tools that have rusted out and are sitting on this table for so long that, because I experienced it, if you pick up the tool, there is a shadow of sunlight under the part where the tool was, as if a nuclear bomb had gone on. And like that's why they did this podcast here. Because like the longer you walk, like I got to a point where there's a Mexican guy and he's just like, "It's all free." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he's like, "Everything on the table is free." And what is on the table are clothes. Piles of them, not laid out individually. And people are genuinely going through them looking for stuff and like pulling out underwear and stuff. And like fucking I find this one guy and he's got 3 Grateful Dead DVDs and Fish's Bittersweet Motel.
Is that all he has?
He's got like a couple other things.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Oh shit." I pick them all up because I'm like, nobody else is going to want this.
Table.
I'm just 4 DVDs.
Boom,
There's a couple
boom,
of shits
boom,
like
boom.
that. There's a couple of stuff like that. There's a table that has a fucking the bubble lawnmower that you get when you're 2-year-old, the Fisher Price one, and a diaper genie. And that's it. That's the only thing that's on the fucking counter. And you want to be all like, "Hey, so I guess you sold the rest of the shit, huh?" And they're like, "No, this is all I fucking brought." If I sell these 2 things, my day has been made. These people are making nickels, man. And I don't, like, it's genuinely, okay. So there's one guy.
Hobby. It's
It's-
a hobby.
it's-
You
more
gotta
than
pay for. You gotta pay for space in there, right?
Exactly. Fucking, like, okay, so I get, let me finish the DVD story first. I pick up the DVDs, right? And I'm like, $10, all 4 of them, right? And he's like, "No, those are $10 each." I'm like, "These are DVDs." Not Blu-ray, not 4K. These are DVDs. And he's like, "This is a Grateful Dead, man. Those are hard to find." I'm like, "They're wet." And he was like, "Yeah, it rained earlier." I was like, "Yeah." Okay, never mind. I don't need them. I'm sure they're on YouTube. Like I thought it was gonna help him out, but they're so wet that they're the sweat is on the other side of the DVD cover. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Fucking I can't. So there's this one guy, right, in the podcast that has always made me laugh, and it's a quote I use all this time. There is what they call a carpenter's mansion is, or whatever it's called. The fucking, it's when the fucking house is so cluttered and there's so many flammable shits in there that the fire department has a name for it. And I think it's Carpenter's Mansion or something like that.
I had not heard that.
Okay, yeah. Fucking at one point, he's not there anymore, but there was a guy that had magazines, and his name was Dennis, right? And he's been there since 1963.
Sony.
Because the quote is, "I thought we were nice people. I didn't think we would do this to Dennis." But Dennis says at one point... At one point, he was organizing. He sells magazines, okay, and he's got like Cat Fancy all the way, like fucking 19, like 73. At one point, he was organizing them, but he got so much shit that he just started throwing it on the floor. And when you step on the floor, you have to step on what is essentially 24 inches worth of magazines to get to like stuff. And like fucking, it's legendary. Where people are like, you gotta go see Dennis at the Collingwood auction house and see the magazines. Which in the podcast, fucking, he didn't know that you could return. I don't know if you guys know this in the world of magazines. Cosmopolitan has got a vendor. The people come out to every grocery store. They put the Cosmopolitans out. The ones that don't sell, they buy back. Dennis did not know that this was a regular thing that all magazine companies do. This was like the guy that the magazine vendors would be all like, hey, I hear you sell magazines, and would offload their like fucking excess product on. And fucking, it was like fucking bad. You know, like apparently it was like something, the place of like the size of this, like from here to the kitchen, of just fucking magazines. He's gone. Okay. He hasn't been there allegedly for about 4 years now. It was the only guy that I really wanted to see because in the podcast he sounded like a genuinely interesting person and was just completely clueless. So I talked to one of the dudes that was selling. I was talking to one of the dudes that was selling these tools that had the fucking bleach stained sun fucking ridden table on it. And I was like, hey man, my understanding, because I'm talking to you, and I was like, there's a guy that sold magazines here, right? And he goes, yeah, he's been gone for about 5 years. He was the only other dude that was here longer than I was. And I was like, how long have you been here? He goes, I started here in 1981. This dude was maybe 50. And it was the first time that, like I knew that this was a depressing place, but I was like, this stole your childhood. And he explained to me, he's like, I've been here every Saturday and Sunday ever since I was 6 years old. When my dad used to come here, my dad died, and I was like, these tools? Your dad sold these tools? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, cool, man. That's so great. I love it. You're going to carry on that tradition.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I bought an A-Wing while I was there. That was pretty cool. Power of the Force A-Wing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was $10. But yeah, man, this place was depressing, and it really made me. There was this sweet, old Italian lady that was selling just like the beginning of sauce. You know, like she's like, you take this, you go home, you add stuff to it, you got a really good sauce. In chest freezers, 5 chest freezers that are around her in a circle, and there's nothing else. There's nothing else in these chest freezers. Just like the beginning. No, the sauce. It's no.
So many tomatoes.
There's the sauce is not what she's selling. She's selling what you start the sauce to make. You add your own oregano and sauce. You got stew going, baby. It was fucking. It was
That's
the
exactly
craziest.
what that's all I heard.
There's a sub shop. There's a seafood restaurant. There's way more restaurants in this cubicle joint than you would think, and they're all busy. And like you think for a second, these people know what's up. I bet you this food is delicious. And then you realize the amount of people that you've counted, and that more than 50% of them have mullets. And you're like, actually, they might not know what good food tastes like. Either way, it was great. It was an amazing experience. I say we all go one day. Let's take the drive. It's only 3.5 hours. It was so good.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun
What else is near there?
Right.
Well, that's what started the rest of the day. My wife just lost her job, and I've been using this time to like fucking like, fuck it, let's go here then. And we were listening to The Boss on the way down to Collingswood, like you do. I'm in New Jersey, you know, like I'm in Monmouth County. I'm gonna listen to fucking Bruce Springsteen while I'm there.
Of course.
Fucking, we're listening to The River. Not as good as an album as I remember it being. That being said, and I'm like, fucking, well, Asbury Park's right over there. You ever been to Asbury Park? And she's like, no. I'm like, let's fucking go to Asbury Park, right? We never got out of the car. we just kind of drove around until a certain point. Fucking the boss was singing about the carousel, and I'm like, we're gonna go to the carousel, and it became a big joke that every like 6 blocks I would stop and be like, there's a carousel, and we're like, carousel, and I'm like, yeah, the horse merry-go-round, and they're like, I don't know. I'm like, this can't be true. Fucking the boss has sung about this merry-go-round in 3 different songs. Hey man, where's the merry-go-round? I think I got rid of that like 20 years ago. What are you talking about? But here's the gold. Here's the gold, baby. Here's the gold. You ready? Are you ready for the gold? Because this is something that you're going to repeat. Okay. You're going to repeat for the rest of your life. I have come up with this Jersey character.
Okay.
Semi-based off of James, your brother.
My brother?
Yeah. And it goes like this. I'm like, we're gonna go down to the boardwalk. We're gonna peep some boots. And Deanna goes, peep what? Peep some boots. She's like, what is that? What is boots? I'm like, booty, baby. I'm gonna go peep some boots. Let's go. Come on, let's go take a look at that boots. Who got them boots? And I'm now hanging out the window. Who got them boots? Where the boots? Hey, where the boots? All right. And we get up, we try to beat some boots, right? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, sometimes you got some boots. You got a front boot, you got a back boot, you know what I'm saying? Both boots. All I can tell you is you really want to be the nanner in that Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Right? Here's the king, here's the topper, here is the icing. We are driving and we end up on a one-way street. You can fit 2 cars down this bitch, one to park and one to drive. We turn the corner, and there are 2 cops, 2 different cop cars, arresting a homeless man who might have been, to my assumption, masturbating on the beach. I don't know this for a fact. I'm not going to judge this dude. And he is yelling the words, then arrest me, man. I don't care to arrest me. Right? And we gotta wait. We gotta wait for the whole time, right? We're waiting for them to figure this whole thing.
Street arresting a homeless man.
Yeah, oh yeah, right. And it is like, and there's a lady cop, there's a dude cop, park. And they're kind of like figuring out, right? Exactly. Well, the lady cop, we had bets on this, by the way. Who's the one that parked in the appropriate spot? Who's the one that parked in the way of this one-way street? And I was right. It was the lady cop that parked. That parked in the appropriate spot, and the dude cop just parked in the middle of the street. Well, this ordeal happens, right? And we're just kind of sitting there, and 2 more cop cars pull up behind me now. So now I can't get out. And we're just watching this ordeal happen. At no point did I think about pulling out my phone. Here's the big bit. The homeless man don't get arrested. Because 30 minutes from this event, we're like, it was crazy. I guess we were just arresting that homeless man. And as I say the words, he bikes past me. I'm like, that's him. That's that guy. Anyway, fucking the new cops are trying to figure out the situation. We're with our windows down, listening to Bruce Springsteen. And one of the cops walks up to the door and he's like, hey, what are you guys doing here? And I look at him. I'm like, trying to beat them boots. And he goes, what? And I go, beep them boots. Deanna is losing it. He's like, what? Like, his face is like, you said it slower, and I understand it less. And he's trying not to crack. He's trying to keep the cop face on. You know what I mean? And he's I lose it. I'm like, nah, man. Look, I just turned the corner. I'm just trying to drive by the ocean, like have a good time. And y'all are blocked. And he's like, oh shit, did Michael block the road? And I'm like, yeah, I've literally been here for 40 minutes. And he's like, oh, Michael, can I get the keys? Yeah, that was trying to beat them boots, baby. Beat
boots.
Damn boots.
Was Deanna losing it in like a hysterical? That's
oh
funny
yeah,
way?
like snorting. Fucking when I did the look, you got front boot, you got back boot. All I know is you want to be that nanner in that Sunday. Fucking. lost it, man. But yeah, it was a fun weekend. We went to Dover after that.
How do you end up in that situation? That's a terrible situation.
It was I loved it. I loved every bit of it. Fucking, you know me.
Taking bets on cops is funny.
Right? I was like, $10, lady cop parked in the right spot. And like, fucking, we see her get in the car to like do a dispatch. And we're like, told you. It's fucking awesome. Nah, it was great. It was great. Saw a lot of booty. Fucking boots. Saw them boots.
I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
What up? Nothing wrong with Putin from peeking some boots. Gotta beat them boot, baby.
How about these boots? You ever notice these boots?
You're just sitting.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your boots.
Fucking! You talking about what up, Corbin? Hey, man, I haven't seen you in a minute. You still there, huh?
Corbin?
You just been.
No,
Oh, that's not Corbin. You're right. It's Ruby Rod. Fucking just.
Goddamn boots.
He do. It's the same color as the rest of them. He's just been like, you gonna play or what? He is listening intently, which is cool. Yeah. All right. I mean,
Let's take a smoke break.
we're gonna take a quick break. Cliffhanger.